This blind kitten followed a stray dog for months. What she found at the end of her journey will amaze you. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel. Your subscription means the world to us and is the only way to help stories like this reach more hearts. Together, we can ensure that these beautiful tales of love and resilience are shared with those who need to hear them. So please subscribe now. In a quiet, forgotten town, shadows dance under the flickering streetlights. A tiny blind kitten named Luna shivers in the cold, her world a blur of darkness and uncertainty. Abandoned, she navigates through the harsh reality of life alone, feeling the rumble of cars and the whisper of the wind as her only companions. Each day passes like a haunting echo until a familiar scent draws her attention. It's Max, an old stray dog with a rough coat and gentle spirit, wandering the streets in search of scraps. His weary eyes hold stories of survival, but on this night, they meet Luna's fragile gaze. Instinctively, she follows him, relying on her other senses to guide her through a world she cannot see. The bond between them grows, a thread of hope woven into the fabric of their struggles. Together, they face raging storms, cross busy highways, and weave through thick forests, each step a testament to their unwavering determination. But as they journey on, Luna's heart yearns for something deeper, something she cannot quite grasp. Little does Max know, their path is leading them to a sanctuary hidden in the mountains, a place where lost souls find solace and unexpected miracles await. With each passing day, Luna's spirit shines brighter. She may be blind, but within her lies a fierce will to discover the world beyond her limitations. As they draw closer to their destination, Luna's journey transforms from one of survival to a quest for belonging, one that will ultimately change not just her life, but the lives of those around her. As they continued their journey, the bond between Luna and Max deepened, but so did the unease in the air. The townspeople began to take notice of the unusual duo. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the pavement, a pair of shopkeepers stood outside their store, glancing at the wandering animals. "Look at that poor kitten," one woman whispered, clutching her apron. "Why doesn't she just stay at home?" "Maybe she doesn't have a home," the other replied, her voice tinged with concern. "But that dog, he's been around here for years. What's he doing with her? It's like he's protecting her or something." Across the street, children played, their laughter ringing through the air. But as Luna and Max approached, their laughter faded into hushed whispers. Eyes wide with curiosity, they pointed at the pair. "What's it waiting for?" one child asked, glancing at the kitten, who remained steadfastly behind Max, her little body trembling slightly. "I don't know," another replied, fear creeping into her voice. "Maybe it's looking for something or someone." The tension in the air thickened as rumors spread. Some believed Luna was searching for a lost family, while others whispered that she was destined to find something far more precious. A sense of mystery enveloped them, capturing the attention of the townsfolk. The once quiet streets buzzed with speculation. One evening, as a storm rolled in, the wind howled through the alleyways, sending trash cans clattering. Luna huddled closer to Max, her sensitive ears picking up the distant rumble of thunder. "It's just a storm," Max reassured her, though he too felt a twinge of anxiety. "We'll find shelter soon." But shelter was not what Luna longed for. In the depths of her heart, she felt an inexplicable pull, a yearning for something she could not name. "Max," she whispered, her voice barely audible above the storm. "What if we're meant to find something more?" Max paused, his fur bristling as the rain began to fall. "More?" he echoed, tilting his head. "What do you mean?" "I don't know. I just feel it," she said, her tiny heart racing. "Maybe it's not just about surviving. Maybe there's something waiting for us, something important." Max considered her words, the wisdom of his years weighing heavily on his mind. "Sometimes, the journey reveals what we didn't know we were searching for," he replied, feeling the truth of her statement resonate deep within him. As they ventured further into the storm, they found refuge in the doorway of an old, abandoned building. The rain poured down in sheets, But Luna remained vigilant, listening intently to every sound. The storm was fierce, but it was the whispers of the townspeople that echoed louder in her mind. What if they're right? She thought. What if I'm meant for something more? Meanwhile, the townspeople were still buzzing with their theories, each one more outlandish than the last. I heard she was sent by the spirits of lost pets, one man claimed, gesticulating dramatically, to find their way back home. That's nonsense, an elderly woman scoffed, shaking her head. She's just a lost kitten following that mangy dog around. But I can't help but wonder, what if she's leading him somewhere? With each passing day, the questions grew more pronounced, and the tension in the town built like a pressure cooker. As Luna and Max continued their journey, the whispers followed them, weaving a tapestry of intrigue that surrounded their every step. Did you hear? They say the dog won't leave her side, a young girl murmured to her friend as they skipped stones by the riverbank. What's so special about her? Maybe she's a princess in disguise, her friend giggled, but the laughter faded as they caught sight of the pair in the distance, moving slowly but purposefully away from the town, as if drawn by some invisible thread. As they approached the edge of the forest, a sense of urgency filled Luna. "Max, I think we're close," she said, her voice trembling with anticipation. "I can feel it in my bones." "Close to what?" Max asked, curiosity mingling with concern. "I don't know," Luna admitted. "But it's like there's a light ahead, something pulling me toward it." Max glanced back toward the town, a mix of emotions swirling within him. He had lived in those streets long enough to know the weight of judgment, the sharpness of gossip. But more than that, he felt a protective instinct toward Luna, a fierce loyalty that surged through him. "Whatever it is, we'll face it together," he promised, determination stealing his resolve. The wind howled, rustling the leaves above them, and for a brief moment, the world fell silent. It was as if the universe itself held its breath, waiting to reveal the truth that lay ahead. "Do you ever think about what you'll find?" Max asked, his voice low and contemplative. "Every day," Luna replied, her heart pounding. "But I also feel that whatever it is, it's meant for us. We've come this far, we can't turn back now." And with that, they stepped deeper into the forest, the shadows of doubt and fear trailing behind them, as the promise of discovery loomed just ahead. As the tension mounted, the faint sound of laughter echoed through the trees, a melody of hope that seemed to beckon them forward. If this story is touching your heart, make sure to comment from where you are hearing this amazing story. Your thoughts and feelings mean so much to us, and together we can share the power of stories like Luna's and Max's with the world. With hearts full of courage and eyes set on the path ahead, Luna and Max ventured forth, ready to uncover the mysteries that awaited them in the sanctuary hidden in the mountains. What they would find there would not only change their lives, but also touch the lives of many others, revealing the true magic of connection and belonging. As Luna and Max ventured deeper into the forest, a palpable energy filled the air. The trees whispered secrets, their branches swaying as if beckoning them toward an unseen destination. Each step brought a mixture of anticipation and trepidation. Luna could feel the vibrations of the earth beneath her tiny paws, each pulse resonating with her own heartbeat. But then, just as they reached a clearing bathed in soft moonlight, an unexpected sound pierced the silence, a low growl, deep and menacing. Max instinctively stepped in front of Luna, his fur bristling. "Stay close to me," he whispered, his voice steady despite the tension rising in the air. Emerging from the shadows, a large, scruffy dog appeared, its eyes glinting under the moonlight. "What are you doing here?" he snarled, stepping closer, his body tense and ready. "This is my territory." Max stood tall, a protective barrier between the newcomer and Luna. "We're just passing through," he replied, his voice calm yet firm. "We mean no harm." But Luna, sensing the fear radiating from Max, felt a surge of courage. "Wait," she called out, her heart pounding. "Maybe we're not just passing through. Maybe we're meant to be here." The scruffy dog paused, confusion flickering across his features. "What do you mean?" "I can feel something," Luna explained, her voice stronger now. "Something important is waiting for us in this forest." I believe we're here for a reason. The stranger's growl softened, replaced by curiosity. You can feel it, but you're blind. Blindness doesn't stop me from sensing the world. Luna replied, her spirit ignited. I may not see with my eyes, but I see with my heart. And I feel that there's a connection here. Max glanced at Luna, surprised by her boldness. He had always viewed her blindness as a limitation, but now he began to question his own assumptions. The scruffy dog seemed taken aback as well, his growl fading into a thoughtful silence. You're different, he said slowly. Most don't venture into these woods without fear. Fear can hold us back, but it can also lead us to discover who we truly are. Luna replied, her voice unwavering. Perhaps you've been guarding this place, but maybe it's time to let others in. The scruffy dog lowered his head, contemplating her words. I've seen too many come here and take what isn't theirs. I was just trying to protect this piece of the forest. Protection is important, Luna said gently, but so is trust. Together, we can make this place a sanctuary for all who need it, not just a territory to guard. The air shifted, and the tension that had once gripped the clearing began to dissipate. The scruffy dog took a hesitant step back, allowing Max to relax his stance. What's your name? He asked, curiosity piqued. Luna, she said, her tiny voice filled with warmth. And this is my friend, Max. Max, the scruffy dog repeated, nodding slowly. I'm Rufus. I've been alone for too long, guarding these woods. But maybe it's time for a change. Max felt a rush of understanding wash over him. He had spent years wandering alone, weighed down by the burdens of his past. You don't have to be alone, Rufus. You can join us, he offered, his voice softer now. We're on a journey to find a sanctuary, a place where we can all belong. As they spoke, the forest seemed to breathe with them, the rustling leaves harmonizing with their newfound connection. Luna felt a warmth bloom in her chest, a sense of belonging she had yearned for during her long journey. Rufus's expression shifted from guarded to hopeful. I've been so focused on protecting what I have that I forgot what it means to connect with others. Perhaps this journey you're on is the very thing I need. Just then, the wind carried a soft melody through the trees, a laughter that echoed like a distant chime. Luna's ears perked up. Do you hear that? She asked, her heart racing. Rufus tilted his head, listening intently. It's coming from deeper in the woods, he said, a spark of excitement igniting in his eyes. Let's follow it. With renewed purpose, the trio pressed onward. As they ventured deeper, the laughter grew louder, a joyful chorus that filled the air with warmth. The trees parted, revealing a beautiful glade illuminated by fireflies, where animals of all shapes and sizes gathered, their spirits unburdened by the past. Luna's heart soared as she took in the sight. This was the sanctuary she had dreamed of, a place of acceptance and love. This is it, she exclaimed, her voice filled with wonder. This is what we've been searching for. The animals turned to them, their eyes filled with curiosity and welcome. A wise old owl perched on a branch, observing the newcomers with interest. Welcome, travelers. You have found your way to the heart of the forest, he said, his voice deep and resonant. Here, we embrace all who seek refuge. Luna felt a rush of emotion. She had come so far, and now she stood at the threshold of something extraordinary. We want to create a sanctuary for those in need, she declared, her voice unwavering. A place where all animals can find love and belonging. The animals murmured among themselves, and Rufus stepped forward, his newfound confidence shining. I've guarded these woods for too long. It's time to open our hearts and share this haven with others. The wise owl nodded approvingly. Your journey has led you here for a purpose. Together, you have the power to transform this place into a sanctuary of hope. As the warmth of acceptance enveloped them, Luna realized that her blindness had never been a limitation. It had been a gift, allowing her to see the world through the lens of connection and love. With Max and Rufus by her side, they began to weave a tapestry of unity, creating a haven where every lost soul could find their way home. And so, The journey that had begun with fear and uncertainty blossomed into a beautiful story of resilience, friendship, and belonging, a tale that would echo through the forest for generations to come. As Luna, Max, and Rufus stepped into the heart of the forest, a sense of unity enveloped them. The other animals welcomed the trio with open hearts. But beneath the surface of this newfound sanctuary, whispers of uncertainty began to ripple through the gathering. Days turned into weeks, and the sanctuary flourished, a vibrant community of creatures who had once been lost. Luna used her wisdom and sensitivity to connect with each animal, guiding them into a life filled with love and acceptance. The bond between her, Max, and Rufus deepened, forming a family forged in resilience. Yet, as they settled into their roles, a shadow loomed over the glade, casting doubt on their sanctuary's future. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Luna felt a tremor in the air. "Max, something feels off," she said, her ears twitching as she detected an unusual tension among the animals. "What if someone wants to take this place away from us?" Max, ever the protector, frowned. "We've worked hard to build this sanctuary. We can't let fear drive us away, but we should keep our eyes open." The next day, as they gathered for a community meeting under the ancient oak tree, a newcomer arrived, a sleek, imposing wolf named Kira. Her presence commanded attention, and the atmosphere shifted as she approached. "I hear you've created quite the haven here," she began, her voice smooth yet laced with an edge. "But I wonder, how long will it last? This forest can be unforgiving." Luna felt her heart race. "We're not here to take anything. We're here to give and protect. Together, we can make this place thrive." Kira tilted her head, her eyes glinting with mischief. "Thrive? Or merely survive? I've seen many like you come and go. This forest doesn't belong to the weak." Max stepped forward, his fur bristling. "We're not weak. We've built something beautiful here. We won't let it be taken from us." Kira's laughter echoed through the trees, sharp and cutting. "Then let's see how strong you truly are. I challenge you, Luna. If you're as powerful as you claim, prove it. Bring all your strength to the next full moon, and we'll see who can protect this sanctuary." Luna's heart sank. She felt the weight of Kira's challenge settle over her like a thick fog. "What do you mean?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. "The forest favors the strong," Kira replied, her tone dripping with arrogance. "If you can't defend your home, it will become mine, and I won't hesitate to take it." The animals murmured uneasily among themselves, fear creeping into their hearts. Luna felt the urgency of the moment. "We won't back down from a challenge," she declared, her voice firm despite the fear gnawing at her insides. "But I won't fight alone. We're a community, and we'll stand together." Max nodded, pride swelling in his chest. "We've faced adversity before, and we'll face it again. This sanctuary means everything to us. We will defend it." As the sun dipped below the horizon, Luna, Max, and Rufus gathered the animals, their hearts heavy with uncertainty, yet filled with determination. "We need to prepare," Max said, his voice steady. "Kira may be strong, but together, we can find a way to stand our ground." Days turned into a blur of activity. The animals trained together, learning to harness their strengths and work as one. Luna's innate ability to sense emotions and navigate their surroundings guided them, but she still felt the weight of Kira's challenge looming like a dark cloud. As the full moon approached, the tension in the sanctuary escalated. Luna couldn't shake the feeling that this confrontation would change everything. She felt the pulse of the forest beneath her paws, a rhythm that seemed to echo her fears and hopes. "What if we lose?" she whispered to Max one night as they sat beneath the stars. Max nuzzled her gently. "We won't lose. We've built a home here, and that's worth fighting for. Remember, it's not just about strength, it's about heart." But even as he spoke, uncertainty gnawed at Luna. The night before the battle, she wandered away from the sanctuary, drawn by an instinct she couldn't quite place. The forest felt alive, its energy crackling in the air. As she walked, she stumbled upon a hidden pond, the moonlight reflecting off its surface like 1,000 shimmering stars. Kneeling beside it, Luna gazed into the water, searching for answers. "What do I need to do?" she whispered to the night. Suddenly, a soft voice echoed in her mind. "Believe in yourself, Luna. Your journey has brought you here for a reason. Embrace the strength within you." Luna gasped, the realization washing over her. "I am not alone. I have my friends, my family. Together, we are stronger than any single challenge." With renewed determination, she returned to the sanctuary, her heart racing. The full moon cast an ethereal glow over the gathering, illuminating the faces of her friends, all filled with equal parts fear and resolve. As Kira appeared, flanked by a group of her own followers, the atmosphere thickened with tension. The two groups faced each other, a palpable energy crackling in the air. "Are you ready to fight for your place in this forest?" Kira taunted, her voice echoing through the clearing. "Ready," Luna replied, her voice steady. She could feel the presence of her friends rallying behind her, their hearts beating in unison. As the confrontation began, Luna led her friends into the fray, their spirits intertwined like the roots of the mighty trees around them. Each moment became a test of their strength, resilience, and unity. They fought not just for survival, but for the sanctuary that had become their home. The battle raged on, and Kira's fierce growls mingled with the determined barks of Max and the brave cries of Rufus. Luna, though blind, felt the energy of the fight around her, drawing strength from the connections she had forged. In the heat of he moment, Luna's heart raced with a fierce determination. She remembered the voice by the pond and the power within her. "We are not just survivors. We are a family," she shouted, her voice rising above the chaos. "Together, we will not be broken." With that declaration, a surge of energy flowed through her, igniting the spirits of her friends. They pushed forward, united as one, defying the darkness that sought to tear them apart. In the midst of the battle, Luna felt a shift in the air. It was as if the forest itself was responding to their courage. The trees swayed, and the wind carried their cries of determination, amplifying their strength. As the clash reached its peak, Luna realized that this was more than a fight for territory. It was a fight for the very essence of who they were. Each animal fought not just for themselves, but for the sanctuary they had built, for the love and acceptance that flourished within its borders. And in that moment, as Luna stood tall alongside her friends, she understood the true magic of connection and the power of believing in one another. Together, they would transform not just the outcome of this battle, but the very fabric of their lives, creating a legacy that would echo through the forest for generations to come. As the moon hung high in the sky, casting its glow over the heart of the forest, Luna, Max, and Rufus stood together, ready to face Kira and her followers. The air was thick with tension, each heartbeat echoing the fears and hopes of the gathered animals. This was not just a battle for a sanctuary. It was a test of their unity and strength. Kira stepped forward, her sleek form cutting through the moonlit shadows. "You think you can protect this place?" she taunted, confidence radiating from her. "You're nothing but a band of misfits." Luna felt a knot tighten in her stomach, but she stood her ground. "We may be different, but together we are strong. We've built something wonderful here, and we won't let you take it away." Kira scoffed, her eyes narrowing. "Strength comes from power, not friendship. You're naive if you believe that love can defend you in this world." Max growled lowly, sensing Luna's unease. "We'll show you that love is the greatest strength of all." The challenge was set, and as the two factions prepared for confrontation, Luna's mind raced. She couldn't shake the feeling that there was something deeper at play. What if Kira was more than just a rival? What if she held the key to a lesson Luna needed to learn? As the battle began, chaos erupted around them. The clash of bodies and the cacophony of growls and barks filled the air. Luna fought alongside her friends, but her mind remained focused on Kira. In the midst of the chaos, she caught a glimpse of the imposing wolf, her movements fluid and calculated. Kira was strong, but there was something in her eyes, a flicker of vulnerability that Luna couldn't ignore. In a moment of respite, Luna found herself face to face with Kira, their eyes locking in a moment that felt suspended in time. "Why do you care so much about this place?" Kira demanded, her voice tinged with frustration. "What makes you think you deserve it?" Luna hesitated, then replied, "Because we've fought for it, just like you have. We have all faced hardships. But it's not just about claiming territory. It's about finding a place where we belong." Kira's expression shifted, a flicker of surprise crossing her face. "You think you understand me?" she scoffed, but the edge in her voice had softened. "You don't know what I've sacrificed to survive." "Tell me," Luna urged, her heart racing. "What have you really sacrificed?" For a brief moment, Kira hesitated, her fierce demeanor wavering. "I lost my pack," she confessed, her voice barely above a whisper. "They were everything to me. When they perished, I was left alone in these woods, and I learned that only the strongest survive. I thought that meant shutting others out." Luna's heart ached for the wolf. "But you don't have to be alone anymore," she said gently. "You can find a family here, just like I did." The tension in the air shifted, and Kira's defenses began to crumble. "You're just a kitten, blind and fragile. How can you understand strength?" she challenged. But now there was a hint of uncertainty in her voice. "I understand that true strength comes from facing our fears and opening our hearts," Luna replied, her voice steady. "I may be blind, but I see what matters most: connection, love, and community." Kira recoiled, her vulnerability transforming into anger. "You think you're special? You think your blindness gives you some insight? You're just as lost as the rest of us." But Luna stood firm, feeling the support of Max and Rufus at her side. "I'm lost, yes, but I'm not afraid to admit it. We all have our struggles. You don't have to fight alone, Kira. You're strong, but you don't have to prove it by tearing others down." The words hung in the air, and for a moment, Kira seemed to waver. The animals around them paused, sensing the shift in the atmosphere. Luna felt a spark of hope igniting within her. "Maybe I've been wrong," Kira said slowly, her voice trembling. "Maybe I don't have to be alone. But what if I can't trust you? What if this is just a trap?" Luna stepped closer, her heart open and vulnerable. "You won't know unless you try. We can build something together. Let us show you that strength can come from unity, not fear." Just then, a loud crash echoed through the trees, drawing everyone's attention. A group of humans, armed with tools and nets, burst into the clearing. Panic erupted among the animals, and Kira's eyes widened in realization. "They're here to take the forest," she exclaimed, her bravado shattered. In that moment, the battle transformed from a conflict between animals into a fight for survival against a common enemy. Luna felt the gravity of the situation settle over them. "We need to stand together," she shouted, her voice cutting through the chaos. "This is our home. We can't let them destroy it." Max and Rufus rallied the other animals, and Kira, now faced with the reality of the threat, stepped forward. "I may not agree with your methods, but if we're going to protect this place, we need to unite," she declared, her voice strong once more. They quickly formed a plan, combining their strengths to defend the sanctuary. Kira led the charge, her fierce nature transforming from aggression to determination. Luna felt a sense of pride swell in her chest. The wolf had chosen to join them in their fight. As the humans approached, the animals worked together, creating obstacles and distractions to protect their home. The battle was fierce, but for the first time, Luna felt a sense of belonging that transcended her blindness. In the midst of the chaos, Luna caught sight of Kira, rallying the other animals with a fierce energy. "This is our home. We will not let them take it," she roared, her voice echoing through the trees. The humans were taken aback by the united front of the animals. They had underestimated the bond that had formed between Luna, Max, Rufus, and Kira. The sanctuary was not just a place. It was a testament to resilience, love, and the power of connection. As the fight raged on, Luna realized that Kira's challenge had unlocked something profound within her. The wolf had confronted her assumptions and fears, and in turn, Luna had helped Kira confront hers. Together, they forged a bond that would change the course of their lives. When the dust finally settled, the humans retreated, overwhelmed by the strength of the animals united. Luna stood amidst her friends, her heart swelling with pride. They had fought for their home and emerged victorious. Kira approached Luna, a newfound respect in her eyes. "I didn't believe in the strength of community before," she admitted. "You've shown me that there's power in connection." Luna smiled, her heart full. "We all have our battles to fight, Kira. But together, we can overcome anything. You're not alone anymore." As the moon shone bright above them, the heart of the forest stood strong, a sanctuary not just for the lost but for all who sought belonging. Luna had discovered that true strength lay not in dominance, but in the bonds formed through understanding and love. And so, the sanctuary thrived, a testament to the journey they had all undertaken, a journey that had transformed not just their lives, but the very essence of the forest itself. Together, they had created a place where every creature could find their way home, united in their shared strength and love. As the dust settled from the confrontation, a profound silence enveloped the heart of the forest. The animals, once filled with fear, now stood united, their eyes reflecting the light of the full moon overhead. Luna looked around, her heart swelling with pride and relief. They had fought not just for their sanctuary, but for the very essence of what it meant to belong. Max, ever the stalwart protector, stood by Luna's side, his gaze fixed on Kira, who was now processing the whirlwind of emotions that had just unfolded. "You fought bravely," Kira said, her voice softer, more genuine. "I didn't expect that from you, or from any of us." Luna stepped forward, her heart open. "We found strength in each other. You taught us that even the fiercest among us can feel vulnerable. Together, we can create a place where we all belong, regardless of our pasts." Kira's eyes glistened in the moonlight, and for the first time, Luna saw a flicker of hope in them. "I've spent so long believing that strength meant being alone," Kira confessed. "But maybe it's time to let that go." With the humans driven away, the sanctuary buzzed with a renewed sense of purpose. Luna, Max, Rufus, and Kira worked tirelessly to transform their home into a refuge for all lost souls. They built new shelters, planted gardens, and created spaces where animals could heal and thrive. Each day brought new faces, those who had wandered into the forest seeking solace and connection. As the sanctuary flourished, Luna found her place as a leader among her newfound family. Her unique ability to sense emotions allowed her to guide others with compassion. She listened to their stories of hardship and resilience, helping each animal find their own strength within. One day, as Luna sat by the pond reflecting on her journey, Kira approached her, a look of determination etched onto her face. "Luna, I want to help you lead. I've learned that strength isn't just about survival. It's about lifting others up." Luna smiled, her heart warm with gratitude. "You've already shown us that, Kira. Together, we can make this sanctuary a beacon of hope." As the seasons changed, the heart of the forest became a symbol of resilience and unity in the animal kingdom. Word spread far and wide about the sanctuary where every creature, no matter their past, could find acceptance and love. Then came a day when a group of animals from another forest sought refuge, fleeing from a harsh winter that threatened their survival. They arrived at the sanctuary weary and fearful, their eyes filled with uncertainty. Luna stepped forward, her heart filled with empathy. "Welcome. You're safe here. We're family, and family looks after one another." As the newcomers settled in, Luna noticed one small animal, a trembling rabbit named Pip, who seemed especially frightened. She approached him gently, her voice soothing. "It's okay, Pip. You're not alone anymore." Pip looked up, his eyes wide with uncertainty. "But what if I don't fit in? What if I'm not strong enough?" Luna leaned closer, her heart aching for him. "You don't have to be strong right away. Just be yourself. Strength comes in many forms, and sometimes it's simply the courage to be who you are." In the weeks that followed, Pip began to blossom, discovering the warmth of companionship and the strength that lay within him. Luna watched with joy as he found his place among the other animals, each one learning that vulnerability was not a weakness, but a bridge to connection. One evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, casting a golden glow over the sanctuary, Luna gathered everyone by the pond for a celebration. "Tonight, we honor our journey together," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "We've all faced darkness, but here, we've found light." As they shared stories, laughter echoed through the trees, each animal recounting their struggles and triumphs. Luna felt a deep sense of belonging wash over her, knowing that she had played a part in creating this beautiful community. But just as the celebration reached its peak, a chilling wind swept through the forest. Luna's heart sank as she sensed unease ripple through the gathered animals. "What's happening?" she asked, her voice steady despite the fear beginning to creep in. Kira stepped forward, her expression grave. "I could feel it too. There's a storm approaching, one that threatens our sanctuary." Luna's mind raced. "We can't let fear take hold. We've built something beautiful here, and we can face whatever comes together." As the storm clouds gathered, the animals worked side by side, reinforcing shelters and gathering food. They stood united, each creature contributing their unique strengths to weather the impending storm. When the first raindrops fell, it felt like a test of everything they had built together. The winds howled, and the trees swayed, but within the sanctuary, a sense of unwavering determination filled the air. As the storm raged on, Luna felt the bonds of love and resilience surrounding her. She knew that no matter the challenges that lay ahead, they would face them together. In that moment, she embraced the power of community, realizing that they were stronger united than they could ever be alone. After what felt like an eternity, dawn broke, and the storm finally subsided. The sanctuary stood strong, a testament to their unity and determination. As the sun emerged, casting a warm glow over the glade, Luna looked at her friends, her heart swelling with pride. "We did it," she whispered, tears of joy in her eyes. Kira nodded, her fierce spirit shining with newfound warmth. "Together, we can face anything." Luna smiled, knowing that the journey had transformed them all. They had created a sanctuary not just for themselves, but for all who sought refuge. They had discovered the true meaning of strength, resilience, and love, a legacy that would resonate through the forest for generations to come. And as they stood together, embracing the dawn of a new day, Luna realized that her journey had led her to something far greater than she had ever imagined. She had not only found a home, but had also become a beacon of hope for all lost souls seeking connection and belonging. If this story is touching your heart, make sure to subscribe for more incredible stories like this one. Your support means the world to us, and together, we can share more tales of love, resilience, and the magic of connection.